Absolutely. It is still quite introductory. We have seen major applications in the entertainment industry because the incubation and gestation period is more or less very short. It's quite easy for somebody to start up a business as a drone pilot. All you need is to buy a drone, have a smartphone, and have an Instagram account, and you're good to go. So there has been a lot of growth in entertainment. Oil and gas is still picking up because of the fact that there has been a recent introduction in the regulation for drones. And you know, the oil and gas is all about safety, regulation, and insurance. So those are the two major sectors, besides agric as well, where we expect a lot of applications for drones.
Very good. Now, unlike mainstream aviation sector, of which you also belong to, you could identify players there, either private, commercial, or cargo as well. Is this industry well regulated? And I'm going to give you an example. You find, instances where incidences, as in airports, where drones are not even supposed to be, and because they constitute a danger to a big commercial aircraft, as it were. We've seen incidences in Heathrow and other major airports along the way. So what do you make of that?
Yes, like I said, regulation has just been introduced. Enforcement is another aspect.
Are we talking about Nigeria now, or just on a global scale?
Locally, locally. Yeah. The regulations has just been introduced in Nigeria, and well, enforcement is still not yet where it should be. But as far as regulations are concerned, yes, we now have adopted the ICAO regulations for drones in Nigeria. Okay. However, like I said, enforcement is still a major issue. Even the CAA, the Civil Aviation Authority, is still quite new to this technology. So we don't expect full implementation of the regulations anytime soon.
Is there any involvement of the Ministry of Aviation in this, in terms of the custodian for the actual regulation, implementation of that regulation?
The parastatal under the Ministry of Aviation, which is the Civil Aviation Authority, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, is directly responsible for that oversight. But like I said, the technology is still even new to them. They're still trying to get a hold of this. What are these drones? What are their capabilities? What can they really do? Yes, the regulations are there, textbook-wise, but practical implementation or enforcement is still a little bit wide.
Okay, very good. Now, the Minister of Aviation once mentioned that Nigeria is committed to leveraging on drone technology. How much of this commitment have you seen so far?
Well, to be honest, this is the most listening government we have seen in terms of drones. At least they are talking to the industry. They're engaging the industry, and recently, I think this was in 2017, Nigeria hosted a World ICAO drone conference held in Abuja. So they are listening. Well, government is usually not the fastest in terms of implementation, but they're listening, they're engaging stakeholders, and but still a long way to go. Still a long way to go.
A long way indeed. Very good, Erica. Now, there are fears that drone tech may lead to loss of jobs. What do you make of that? Now, in the field of sports, I've also seen documentaries whereby you have drone pilots displaying, several skills with drones, and I've never actually seen before. Even at night, they attach all these lights, and you have all this, cacophony of display of, drones. And, you think they're actively engaged. The field of sports is developing on drone technology.
Well, yes, like I said, it's a disruptive technology. So yes, you are going to have some conventional systems suffer. But like every disruptive technology, Uber, Taxify, you have things that are, you have new jobs created. For example, our studies have shown that in the entertainment industry alone, there has been a massive creation of jobs. We have approximately over 1,000 new drone operators in Nigeria utilizing drones for entertainment. So like I said, it's disruptive, but it is also a new path, a new market entirely. So yes, we're very, very optimistic that if we can implement properly, we can take it very far.
Yeah, just a little digression here. Do you have like a union, a group whereby you have a voice regarding, your activities in the sector, drone technology in aviation?
Yes, we do have an association now which has a working support group, which also has strong participation by the civil aviation staff from the Civil Aviation Authority.
Okay.
So yes, not yet a union, but I would say an association. It's a working group, a lot of stakeholders who, lending their voices to this technology in Nigeria.
Very good. And in terms of demographics here, you usually find drone pilots in the urban areas than in the rural areas. So, but you have prospects, depending on agriculture, for example, in other rural areas. Do you actually delve into areas like that?
Yes. Like for oil and gas installations, drones are now replacing conventional helicopters.
Which is more expensive.
Exactly, which is more expensive. So you have drones now doing proper pipeline inspections. Same thing in agriculture. You have drones doing getting more accurate data for farmers on their crops. Then geoinformatics as well, mapping, leaders. You have drones as well used in proper mapping. So yes, besides urban areas, it has a lot of application in rural areas as well.